It's time for Outdoors Bound with George Noliff. Sponsored by Kubota of Lynchburg and Tony's RV.
Well, Outdoors Bound this morning, and a controversial measure before the Virginia General Assembly is raising some questions about a tiny fish that some say has $1 billion impact. Now, the governor and at least one candidate for governor are weighing in on the proposal. WFXR's George Noliff has the story.
It's an issue that could affect Chesapeake Bay wildlife, or sport fish, or even dolphins. We're talking about a bill before the Virginia General Assembly to study the status of a tiny forage fish, the Atlantic Menhaden. The bill's controversial because Virginia is the only state on the Atlantic coast to allow industrial fishing for Menhaden in estuaries like the Chesapeake. Similar measures have been killed in the past, like last year when a study measure was tabled by a voice vote in subcommittee without explanation or debate.
Moved and seconded that we continue HB 19 to the 2025 session.
So why does the bill keep getting reintroduced? Well, if there's an issue with Menhaden, then there could be a big issue for the Bay and its multi-billion-dollar impact on Virginia's economy. While Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin hasn't taken an official position on this year's bill, his office did issue a statement saying that his administration is going to, quote, continue to work with all users of the Bay to ensure accountability and stewardship of Virginia's natural resources. So, what about the two leading candidates contending for governor in this year's election? So far, Republican Winsome Sears hasn't returned our request for comment, but Democrat Abigail Spanberger has.
More information is always powerful and helpful in making decisions. And so when it comes to digging into an issue and fully understanding perhaps the impacts, as an issue of principle, I'm generally supportive of those efforts.
How y'all doing, folks? That Menhaden study's been referred to the House Rules Studies Subcommittee. Now, that's the same subcommittee where a similar proposal was tabled last year with no explanation. I've contacted every member of that subcommittee, as well as House Speaker Don Scott, to find out where they stand on the bill. So far, no response from any of them. Sydney?
George, you've been following this story, and what would this study entail? What would they do?
We're talking about a 3-year study to figure out Menhaden numbers in Virginia's portion of the Chesapeake. It'd be conducted by the Virginia Institute of Marine Sciences, which is a quasi-state agency tied in with William and Mary. Coast-wide, Menhaden numbers are good, but there's not been any current research on localized populations in the Bay. That's what they want to find out. The bill's sponsor, Delegate Paul Mildy of Stafford, says, just having a better idea of those Bay numbers is vital because so many fish and wildlife species depend on that Menhaden population for food.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you've been following this story, and I know you'll continue to update us. Thank you, George.